Hey everyone, my name is Jason Piercy. I am joining you from St. John's, Newfoundland. I'm with the Ask team of eXp Realty. And this conversation is because I just read an article on the Globe and Mail that talked about how, with rates as they currently are, there is a particular group of mortgage professionals who are warning people against leaning into variable rates. What's interesting about this is that currently a 5-year fixed rate and a 5-year variable rate will bring you in at about the same amount. So you're probably looking at your high sixes on a 5-year fixed or a 5-year variable. The expectation of the people who are pushing towards a variable, which, by the way, historically has always won. There has never been a point in time since we started keeping track of this data whereby having a variable rate across a 5-year term had you paying out more money in interest than you would have if you had a fixed rate in the same 5-year term. Except for kind of right now, if you're in year 4 or 5 of a 5-year term and you had been variable, you might actually be the first people in a very long time to be sort of upside down on that decision. Now, having that said, I am a realtor. I am a real estate professional. I help people buy and sell and invest in real estate. I'm not a mortgage professional. I'm not a finance person. That's not what I do. But I know enough about this information, and I have a big enough network after doing this for 15 freaking years that I can lead you in the right direction towards the right people and down the path away from the ones that are going to keep you from making the right decisions. So what's the advice here? Well, the idea is that they can't go any higher. Can they? When my parents bought their first house, mortgage rates were like 19%. Can you imagine buying a house on a credit card? And now we're upset that they're less than 7. So can they go higher? Yeah, maybe. Will they? We don't really know. The long-term projection is that it won't continue to grow insurmountably over time. But is it true that we're at a place now where it is the peak? And if we are at the peak, does locking in at a fixed rate right now for the next 5 years actually protect you from anything? I mean, keep in mind, here in Canada, we do have that stress test. So you're actually qualifying to be able to afford this payment at 2% higher. So if you do go variable and it climbs a little bit, you can manage it. It might not be comfortable, but you can manage it, especially if over the last half of your 5-year term, it was going to get back down under 5 or 4 or even 3. Wouldn't it be amazing if we got back down under 2 again? I suppose the whole point of this whole conversation is that it's not as black and white as somebody might seem to want it to be when they're looking for clickbait and they're looking for a draw of attention and a grasp from a big headline like the Globe and Mail. What do I have to say about it? It's a personal decision based on your personal circumstances. And are you a cash flow monthly motivated person? Are you a net worth motivated person? Are you talking about your family home? Are you talking about a rental property? Is the interest you're paying a tax deduction? What are your goals? In order to be able to solve your individual problems, you need to know your individual situations. And then having a network like we have at the Ask team, for having been around so long, can really translate into putting you in place in front of the right people for the right decisions to help you make the best possible calls that you can make for yourself and for your family's emotional well-being and your future financial stability. So reach out to us. We are easy to find. Thank you for listening. Have a fantastic day and cross your fingers about interest rates.